All right, this video is for the tanks. Starting with this first play, Gabe, we must have some sort of S blitz here. I think it's spam because he's walking up and he's in a 5 technique. Okay, I'm okay if you line up in the gap, that's fine. If you're stemming around, I like that. As long as we're getting into our gap, still make sure as you're doing this, you're turning your shoulders and getting skinny in the gap because if you stay square, it's going to be easy for them to double team you, okay? Okay, here we do stay square. Now we move upfield. Now, the sooner that we can recognize that this is some sort of toss play to the outside and the flatter we can get, the better it is because this guy is going to be faster than us. So the sooner we can get into a position where we can go and try to cut him off, the better. Okay, next play. Looks like you're slanting again because you're in the 5 technique now. So it's a W blitz. So let's see you play this 5 technique on the shoulder. Good. So if it's a pass, if it's a pass and you're a 5 technique, your pass rush lane is at C gap, so that's good. Okay, ball is gone. Do you pursue? Run as fast as you can. Go pursue. You never know if they're gonna. You never know if that ball is going to be fumbled, and then you're going to be right there to scoop it up. So make sure you're sprinting to everything, because you just never know what's going to happen, and you can make a big play. Okay, here we're running razor. So once again, you line up in the C gap. Once again, even if you're lining up in this gap, I want you to turn your shoulders that direction, or I want you swimming over this guy. So you're getting skinny in the gap. I don't want you just to stay square. Okay, I do like how you spin out when you realize play is going away. So you stop getting washed as much. You spin out. Um, and this is another reason why it's good to still turn your shoulders, because it gives this guy a smaller target than if you were just square. Okay, next play. Okay, you're a 4 technique here. So I think it's just base blue. You get hands on. See it's pass. You rush. Okay, as soon as that ball's thrown, we try to retrace our steps here. Once again, sprint. Sprint all the way there, because you never know what's going to happen. Okay, looks like you're a 5 technique again, okay, you're a little wide here. Remember, I want you eye to eye. Okay, we're too wide here. Be even reduced down even more. Okay, because we don't get hands on. Trust the read. Okay, so if your read pulls, I want you to be flat down the line of scrimmage. Okay, because you got to trust your read, right? They're going to do a lot of disguising and curtain dressing in the backfield, but trust the read. The lineman will bring you to the play. Okay, so you should be shuffling down here still because your read took you there. Okay, and that should you could be getting in that play as well. Trust your read. Next play. Yeah, I think this is Razor, or is it? Nope, this must be bluff. So remember in bluff, Gabe, you step out and then you're going A gap. Okay, so we're not going to the right spot here. You should be going to this A gap right here. Just look at Braden. Okay, he steps out and then he comes off the butt of the linebacker going to A gap. Okay, bluff, it's that both ways. So you should be going to that A gap right there, and he's slanting out. We got to make sure we're doing our job. Okay, next play. Okay, uh, I think maybe you're a 5 technique. If you're a 5 technique, you need to be getting hands on and squeezing this guy. Okay, we didn't get hands on him at all. Trust your key. You need to be getting hands on your key and squeezing him. Who does he get to? Who does he get to? He gets to the linebacker. Okay. Linebacker's not able to flow because we're not getting hands on our key. So get tighter as a 5 technique and get your hands on your key. And now it's Mosman. All right. I think this is base blue. Your guy goes inside, you get hands on, you squeeze. Okay, I'd like to see you stay on him more, and then when you see play goes away, I want you to go this way. I don't want you to go in the backfield. Keep your hands on, stay in front of him and squeeze. Play goes away. I want you to go that way. You see how he's just pushing you that direction? Because he knows you're not going to get to the play. Okay? If you see play goes away, go this direction. Don't go to the backfield. Next play. Okay, we're slanting inside. Okay, we've got spam. So there, 5 technique. Okay, watching you slant, you turn your shoulders, you're trying to get into your gap. Trust the read. Okay, if your guy is pulling, trust your read and keep following that because that's where the ball is going. The ball is right there, guys. We got to trust our read. If he's going that way, we need to make sure we're following it. Okay, if the guy in front of you is pulling, go that way because that's where the ball is going. Okay, we could be in on that play. Okay, we're running, must be wave, field wave. So you're a 5 technique. He reaches you. You got to get to that outside shoulder, outside shoulder, outside shoulder. Good job getting out there. Playing contain. Now turn and run. Turn and run to the ball. Can't tell if you did there or not. It must be, I think it's probably Razor here. You got to get across his face. You have to get into your gap. He steps down hard. You need to be fighting even harder to get into your gap. You cannot go back door here. You need to be right there in between in your gap. Okay, you can't be on that side. That's not good. Not gap accountable. Okay, looks like you're 5. We have wham going on. Okay, going like that. Ooh, okay, we got to watch our key and not jump. We got to be deaf as linemen. Okay, can't be listening to what they're saying. We're just reacting off what we see. Looks like we run wham again. Oh, this is wheel. We're running wheel here. Okay, play 5 technique, 5 technique, 5 technique. You got to be playing the outside shoulder. Okay, have to be playing the outside shoulder. If he goes out, you got to go out. Okay, inside hand to the V of the neck. I don't see that. You got to see outside hand to the V of the neck. You're sitting out here until you know where the ball is going. Okay, have to keep our leverage. Okay, here it looks like we have wave. Oh, this is wham twist. Okay, he's slanting towards, this backer's coming. Okay, he's slanting inside, you're that 5 technique. Okay, attack the outside C gap. Okay, if you're a C gap rusher here, you have to rush your gap responsibility. So if it's pass, you need to be rushing C gap here. Okay, okay, go to the second defensive set here. Okay, I think Devin is the tank. So this must be base blue. Okay, we're just too high, Devin. We got to get hands on our key. Okay, he's just sending you outside right away. We got to get our hands on, sit in our gap. You can't be pushed outside because look where the ball goes. That's exactly where you're supposed to be. If you got a base technique, you got to play both gaps. You got to sit square and play both gaps. Okay, you just run upfield to the outside and then they just run the ball right in. This is our tackle all day here, Devin. You got to stay square on a base technique and not get driven out. Okay, got to stay square. Okay, too high on our slant, Devin. We got to sit down lower. We got to be ripping and turning our shoulders. Okay. And then when we get double team, we got to sit down. Okay. We're trying to get off a double team and we just get pushed back in the backfield more. Or we see how you're getting pushed right back into this linebacker. We can't have that. You got to turn your shoulders, sit your hips, sink your hips, and cause a pile right here so our linebackers can flow. When you get driven back, our linebacker has to go back. Okay, and that now they get more yards. Okay, Mark should be able to get there and make the tackle because we're not getting moved. But since we are getting moved off the line of scrimmage because we're too high, and we're not sinking our hips, then they get more yards. Okay, next play. Okay, I think I don't know. I think we're running base blue. Once again, we're not getting hands on. We're not reading our key. We're not staying square. We're just going around the backside here, and chasing it down. And look where he's going. He's getting up to this backer. Our key, okay, is getting up to this backer here because we're not getting hands on at all. We got to make sure that we're getting hands on. Okay, same thing. We're not getting hands on. Okay, we need to be, he goes inside. We need to get hands on, squeeze, and shuffle down with him. Okay, you just kind of play patty cake with him here. Okay, you just give him a little love tap as he runs by, and then he's right on our linebacker. Okay, that's not good enough. We got to get hands on, be physical, and squeeze him down. Okay, once again, we're five technique here, but we're not getting hands on our key. Okay, we're just standing up. We're not seeing anything he's doing. We're getting reached. We're not fighting to the outside shoulder, and they run right outside. Okay, if you're a five technique, you cannot let them get to your outside shoulder. Okay, we're not looking at our key at all, Devin. Okay, now it's Gabe that's in there. Um, I'll move on to the next set here. Right, because it stays to the stay game. Excuse me. Okay, so I think Carter's the tank here. Harder. You take your steps, but you just pop up. You need to have some forward lean, and as you take your steps, you need to drive into your guy. Don't just stand up here because now we're just too soft and we're getting pushed off the ball. Okay, I need you to fire into your lineman. Okay, I need you to fire into this guy and get hands on him and be aggressive into him. Okay, because now we're just getting pushed off the ball. We can't have that happen. More aggressive into your key. Okay, it's razor. When we slant Carter, we should be turning our shoulders that direction, um, not staying square. Once again, just more aggressive into our key. That's what we got to do. We have to be more aggressive into our key on a base technique. So that was base blue. When you take your steps, you got to be more aggressive. When ball's thrown, you need to sprint. Okay, you're just walking. As soon as that ball's thrown, you need to be sprinting after it. Wait, is this Mayo now? Okay. Wait, yeah. So back to Jack. Is base blue. Okay, you got to back up off the ball because you don't take any steps. Okay, back up off the ball so you can get your two read steps in and get extension. And then when play goes away, you got to get rid of the guy on you before you pursue. Okay, you got to rip him down so you can go pursue. Otherwise, he might just stay on you. Okay. Okay, we're running a wham. Your five technique. Okay, you get out to the outside. We just got to keep our feet underneath us. Okay, I know this guy's whipping you down. That's kind of a hard thing to deal with. If you got a guy that you know is going to whip you down, you just got to keep your feet underneath you more. That means he's going to be more passive and he's going to look for you to lean. If that's the case, you just got to adjust. See, if that guy's just going to throw you down, that means you can't be so hard into him. If he's just going to do that, you have to adjust how much pressure you put forward. Now, it looks like you kind of adjust yourself a little bit here so that doesn't happen. Okay, it looks like we're slanting in this time. See what happens. Can't jump. Got to be deaf. Got to be deaf. Okay, as linemen, we got to be deaf. We can't be listening to anything going on with the cadence. We just got to do our job. Okay, he's trying to step in. Good job fighting into your gap. That's what we need to do. That's excellent. Okay, good job getting into your gap. Good job fighting down there. Okay, and we all cause a massive pile, and that's what we want it to look like. That's great. Okay, it looks like you're a five, so you got to play that outside shoulder C gap. What a dummy. Next play. Looks like we got razor going on or bluff, one of the two. See what happens. Okay, yeah, it's just razor. Okay, so we got to slant into our gap. Okay, try to get vertical. Try to get more vertical into that gap there. Oops. Get more vertical in your gap. Don't be so much this way. Okay, I want you to be vertical into your gap. That way, this doesn't happen where you get washed down. I want you to be vertical into that gap if you can. Vertical into that gap. Okay, next play. Is that Trent in there? I think it is. Okay. Is this base blue? Yep, base blue. So if your guy steps back like that, start working over the top right away. Okay, don't take this direction. We don't need you there. You're never going to get to the play. If you see this guy starting to set back and the play goes away, start working over the top right away. Be fast with the play recognition and get there. Don't work into the backfield on a base technique. Okay, here it looks like you should be a five technique because he's slanting, he's slanting. You need to be outside shoulder here or eye to eye. You look too tight. Okay, but you're playing that outside shoulder, which is good. Do we turn and run? Get there. Good. Nice job. Way to clean it up. That's how you turn and run. Very nice. Okay, you're playing a five technique. Okay, make sure you get your hands in the correct spot. This inside hand should be on the V at the neck. The outside hand should be on the shoulder if you're playing a five technique. Okay, next play. Okay, I don't know who is playing. I think Ethan's playing tank. Use your hands, Ethan, and then turn and run to the ball. Get there, get there, get there. That's good pursuit. That's a good angle, Ethan. Nice job. Okay, you got to have your eyes on your key if you're playing a base technique. Okay. This looks like a whip. Yep, this is a whip. So this is a whip twist. So they're both slanting that direction. Yep, that's a whip twist. So you should be a five technique, Ethan. If it's a W and you're the tank, you should be a five technique. Your key goes outside, so you need to be going outside with him. Your eyes went immediately into the backfield, not looking at your key. Okay, we don't get hands on. We're not physical. And where does the ball go? Okay, that ball was trying to go out there, but we got to use our hands. You didn't use your hands at all. Okay. We got to strike with our hands. And since we didn't strike with our hands, this guy's getting into us and we're not able to get off and do anything about it. There, now you finally get rid of them, but we got to do that right away. Okay. We got to strike with our hands. Okay. That's better. Okay. I'd like to see you take two short, choppy steps instead of one big one. I'd like to see your hands inside more. They're not. I'd like to see you get extension. Two steps, hands inside, and get extension. You don't have extension yet, so this guy still is able to get his hands on you and drive you back. And you're not able to get rid of him fully because you didn't get extension. You got to get extended with your arms all the way. They're still bent. Okay, so we're not able to do anything with it. Get extension with your arms, especially you. You got long arms. Okay, I think we should be. I wonder why he's on. You should be a five technique because he's slanting and he's slanting inside. So that must be, yeah, it must be a wave call. Okay, you should be a five technique and you should be attacking that C gap outside shoulder. Now run after the wall. Looks like we're jogging. We're not sprinting. Sprint after the wall. Okay.